For the past 8 years, Sunflower has been sailing the waters of Southeast Asia and the Indian Ocean. More specifically, we've been cruising in Malaysia and have been making Langkawi our main base of operations. Malaysia is a long peninsula situated between the countries of Singapore in the south and Thailand to the north. Langkawi is near that border, just about here. There are reported to be 99 tropical islands of Langkawi. Well, I tell you, some of those islands are just rocks barely above the surface of the water. Depends on what you take. A main tourist attraction in Langkawi is the cable car. It starts from the beach at Pantai Kok and climbs up Mount Mat Chingkang. There are wonderful views of Langkawi's islands from the top. From the top, you can also see Talaga Harbor and the marina that was built there. Talaga was a brand new marina with all the facilities one could wish for. Then it was wiped out by the tsunami of December 2005. The pontoons were all torn apart, sending boats crashing into each other and onto the rocks and onto the beaches. Some of the boats were sunk, but most of them survived and were able to be repaired. Following the tsunami, the yachting community went right to work as volunteers for a relief group called the Waves of Mercy. This was sponsored by the Global Sikhs from Kuala Lumpur. All the yachties donated many hours to loading chartered vessels with emergency supplies and relief food for the victims in Banda Aceh, just 300 miles away. Each ship we loaded carried between 15 and 20 tons of goods, all of which was loaded by many volunteer hands. Several yachty doctors and nurses gave up their time to go with the boats over to Banda Aceh to help with the survivors as well. They were warmly welcomed back on their return to Langkawi. Talaga Marina then was rapidly rebuilt after the horrors of the tsunami and is now one of the most active marinas. Nearby is Reebok Marina. It's on its own island out by the airport and has good facilities for leaving the boat, either in the water or out on the hard stand. After hitting a sunken wreck in 2001, we hauled Sunflower out of the water in Reebok to make our repairs. First, the damage was cleaned up. Then Al slaved in many layers of epoxy filler. Then he sanded it smooth and cleaned it all up, and when it was painted, it was gone forever. Sunflower was mighty happy to be back in the water. The third marina in Langkawi is the Royal Langkawi Yacht Club. It offers berthing for 130 yachts and is the closest marina to town. Many of our friends make this their home. That, plus the convenience of the town shopping, makes the RLYC a frequent stop for us in Sunflower. In 2003, the Yacht Club held the first Royal Langkawi International Regatta. Sunflower was one of the 63 yachts participating. We didn't do too well in the races, but we sure had fun sailing. And then there were the parties. We had a lot of fun there too.
His name was Reebok, he wore a diamond, he was escorted to his chair, so lower than there, and when she finished, he called her over.
it's time to leave the boat and go traveling, we return to the hole in the wall. We tie up fore and aft to one of Ramad's moorings. The hole is really secure, safe from any weather problems. Friends of ours arrived for a going-away party. They had fun feeding the tame stingray before we had our dinner. We knew that Sunflower would be happy in this environment while we were away.